way. To kill me and collect the life insurance, it's not going to work.
If I wanted to kill you, I'd leave you and let your mother mollycoddle you to death. As it is, I'm just about managing damage control. I was never able to beat you before.
That's because my competitive little munchkin, being the perfect husband, I let you win. You're a bit sensitive this morning. You a bit worried about the old love handles? Don't worry, you know I like a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, good, you're back. I thought I'd rustle up a bit of breakfast. This was your favourite meal when we had that holiday in Canada. Do you remember?
Mum, you know Jane doesn't eat cooked breakfasts.
Yeah, we'll book it for Sunday then. We'll just have to work another weekend. Yeah, okay. Bye. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. But as I've said every day now for the last 2 weeks we've been here, John and I are fine with a simple breakfast.
But this is healthy. I only used half-fat cream and I cut the rind off the bacon. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to...
Hello? Anyone around? Doctor reporting for duty.
So I'll get the dry cleaning if you get the carpet samples. There you go. Don't forget we have Pilates at 8. And I'll see you on campus at 12 for
If you're going to have lunch, I could join you.
Well, it's not really lunch. It's, well, we're just meeting up for, Yeah.
If you don't want me to come along, just say so.
If you must know, we have our annual checkup at the doctor's and we probably won't stop for lunch because Jane will probably need to get back.
She should spend less time flattering strangers and more on getting your home ready. If I were you, I'd put my foot down.
OK, you're one of the Trelawney Wells trial patients. How's that going? Yeah, it was all OK at first. Popped the pills, went back for the follow-up tests, but then I started getting these splitting headaches, real head-pounding stuff. And how long have you been having them? About 2 weeks now. And you started the trials
A month ago.
OK, any of the side effects?
No, just the usual student ailments, tiredness, lack of sleep, memory loss.
Of course, it could all be down to the diet I'm on. We call it the Fatkins diet. Beer, kebabs and curry. Doesn't sound like the healthiest diet going, but tell me more about this memory loss. When did that start?
I don't remember. Oh, I don't know. About the same time as the headaches started, come to think of it. You think they're related?
Maybe. It's just best to be careful when you're on these drugs trials, you know, check everything out. So if you want to pop up there, I'll take your blood pressure.
Well, there's good and bad news, Dr. Bell. The good news is we've never been healthier. The bad news is we're still not pregnant.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, how long's that you've been trying now? Almost 10 months?
Yeah, we've done everything you recommended. We've changed our diet, started exercising. In fact, Jane probably will change her name to Fonda.
Well, you know, I'm glad that you've persevered. Fertility issues can be down to any number of things, so a healthy lifestyle is really important, but careful not to overdo it on the exercise. Now, there are a number of routes that we can take, and I'm going to talk through them all with you. How are you feeling, Jane?
If you'd asked me a month ago, I would have said awful. But right now, pretty good. In fact, we may not need to be here. I'm late.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Because I wasn't sure until now. But I've just been to check again and nothing. I was due my period 2 days ago.
I'm sorry, you're going to say that we're overreacting, but Jane's never late. It's one of our jokes. She's so punctual, even her bodily functions arrive on time.
Well, that's great, but you know, periods can be quite erratic, so just to be on the safe side, I'd suggest, you know, taking a pregnancy test. First thing in the morning's best, but you should probably leave it a couple of days to be sure.
Yeah, of course we will. But I just can't help feeling that I am. I got to the stage where I thought this was never going to happen, that there was something wrong. I'm just so relieved there isn't.
Still, like I say, just to be sure.
Don't worry, Dr. Bell, we'll do the test before we buy up Mothercare. I'm just sorry we wasted your time.
No, no, not at all. Well, let me know how you get on with the tests. Really hope you're right.
But, you know, your blood pressure's all right, temperature's normal. Yeah, you're fine. Well, you may want to cut down on that Fatkins diet. Heard and understood. And that's cracking news. Thanks. You know, ever since they dropped me from those trials, I wasn't sure whether to call them or come in straight to see you. Hang on a minute. They dropped you from the trials? Yeah, the minute I told them I had these headaches and stuff. I thought you knew that. No. What reason did they give? Just said I wasn't a suitable candidate and they'd have to let me go. They can't just drop you like that. You're part of a trial group. I know, but what can I do? Anyway, now that I've checked out okay, I was wondering if you knew of any more trials. See, it's Christmas and I want to get some presents, you know, beer, a bit more beer.
Good afternoon, Vivian.
Good afternoon. I thought we might start.
Don't worry, we'll be going over everything. After your last lesson, I realise we still have an awful lot to cover. And as your test is tomorrow, I suggest we get straight to driving. As I said, we still have a lot to cover.
I think we're okay. Vivian's got a driving lesson, Diana's on house calls, Viva's got patients in. I brought a few different ones, just to make sure. Ruth, I know it's scary, but you're okay, I'm right here with you.
I'm just not sure I'm ready to know. I mean, having you here is great and everything, but I should really talk to Daniel.
Yeah, I think you should. After you take him a test, if it's positive, then you have to tell him.
You were right the other day. He should know what I'm going through. I shouldn't have to deal with this alone.
Ruth, you're not alone. You've got me.
I know, and that is brilliant. But if it's positive, I'd rather know now how Daniel's going to react to becoming a father.
At the next junction, please turn right. Indicating might help. Unless you're planning to cut across at the last second, you need to move over soon.
I'm trying.
Not hard enough. Pull over now.
Stop it.
Hey, Ruth, listen, don't speak to Daniel Granger. He's a very naughty boy.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, Ruth, didn't know you were here. If you're looking for Michelle, I think she's in her room.
I know. It's you I want to talk to.
Oh, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a ton of paperwork to do and then some more house calls, so maybe later or tomorrow.
I'm pregnant. And it's yours.
Come in.
Hey, sorry, I know you said you needed more time, but when you wouldn't answer my calls,
It's all right, come in, sit down.
I didn't mean for you to find out the way you did. I'm sorry I lied, but I've been obsessed with Trelawney Wells for so long that I'd almost forgotten there were other things in life. Really great things.
It's all right, don't apologise.
So, are we okay then?
Yes.
I promise, no more talk of drug trial practices or anything remotely controversial.
Actually, I've been thinking about what you said about Trelawney Wells and burying negative results. Is that really true?
Yeah. The cost of R&D on these new drugs is so huge, it's not really an option for the drugs to fail the trial.
So they just drop anybody who reacts badly and all the healthy ones are left?
Bingo.
That's manipulating the results. I mean, not only does it make the trials redundant, I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
Probably, but haven't we had this conversation before? I said them bad guys was good guys and we fell out.
Oh, yeah, I'm just thinking, that's all.
Trelawney Wells is dodgy as hell, fact. We're not talking about that anymore, remember? So, why don't we go and grab some lunch and chat about much more important things, like how much you've missed me.
can't believe this.
You're a doctor, Daniel. You should know how babies are made.
But we used a condom.
You know they're not 100% reliable.
Only 98% odds I tend normally to like. How do you know it's mine?
Because I don't sleep around.
Just gonna have to take your word on that, aren't I?
Oh, you really are an arrogant, selfish pig. Michelle was so right about you.
Oh, great! Michelle knows. Well, forgive me for not breaking out the cigars. This isn't exactly great news.
Look tough. You're not going to wriggle out of this. If I'm pregnant, I'm going to make sure you shoulder your responsibility.
What do you mean, if? You haven't taken a pregnancy test, have you?
Not yet, no, but
I can't believe this. How dare you dump this on me without being sure? What kind of twisted, manipulative sociopath are you? Oh, don't cry. Come on.
Ruth? Ruth, you okay? I knew you'd let her down. I don't know why I'm surprised.
Hang on a minute. I'm not the one flinging accusations without being sure.
You disgust me. Come on, Ruth. Let's go.
Right. When you're ready, drive on. Mira, Vivian, you can't pass your test without the basics. Oh, stupid old bag! Try not to kill anyone this time. My insurance would go through the roof.
That's it. For the last hour, I have endured your incessant put-downs. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate honesty, and if my driving's bad, I expect you to tell me. But you've just undermined my confidence. If this is some sort of reverse psychology to get me to pass my test, I can assure you it is not working. Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
That a driving lesson is not the place to air one's grievances. I suggest you start the car and carry on. And sooner rather than later, as we are rather awkwardly parked.
Well, then get her a wig. The show's called Blonde Bombshell, not Ginger with blue highlights Bombshell. Just a minute, Chris. By the way, Cynthia, John and I are going out for dinner tonight. I don't care if a dog does have an agent. It's not getting any more money. I know it's not getting its own dressing room either. Chris, I'll call you back. Yeah, bye. I hope you don't mind, but I thought I'd work from home today. It's a bit quieter.
Do what you want. But you're no longer stopping me from feeding my son.
Cynthia, I'm not trying to stop you from doing anything. You've been a saint letting us stay here, but really you don't have to cook for us and wash our clothes and do our ironing. We're happy doing our own thing.
Oh, is that right? And does this look like John is happy? I found these squirrels all over the house, hidden in bags. The man is clearly starving. He is not one of your TV wannabes that you can manipulate. He's your husband. If I were you, I would stop obsessing about the trivial things in life and concentrate on what really matters.
Well, I'm sorry that you think working hard for a career, a good life and financial security is trivial.
Oh, don't give me all that. It's time you put a stop to all this modern woman nonsense before it's too late.
Too late for what?
You're not getting any younger, Jane. And I know my son, he wants to be a father. How would you live with yourself if your selfish action stopped him from having that?
What on earth was that woman doing? I could have killed her.
But you didn't, because you executed a perfect emergency stop. Well done. Now drive on and take the next left.
That's on the way back. Why?
And don't forget to indicate.
Hello, Jane. I just got my period. Come on.
Now that we've stopped driving, can you please explain to me why we're finishing an hour early?
I've decided it will be of more benefit if you spend the afternoon relaxing. Don't worry, I'll only charge you for 1 hour.
But you can't do that. I'm not remotely ready for my test.
You're getting very het up, and that's no good to anyone. Get a good night's sleep. I find a cup of hot milk sends me straight off. Off you go. And good luck.
Good, you're back. I'm not going to apologise, but
Apologise for what?
Jane and I had words.
So sick of you two tearing into each other over every little thing.
I hardly think your being forced to hide in the toilet to eat is a little thing.
What on earth is it?
I should never have kept silent. I knew something was wrong. You haven't been yourself for months.
Mum, these aren't mine.
Oh, do stop covering for her. Of course they're yours. Who else's could they be? But how could they be Jane's? She's so disciplined.
Well, I don't know, but she has been under a lot of pressure recently.
Well, I'm not surprised the way she lives.
Oh, not this again. Is that what you argued about?
I simply gave her a few home truths.
Enlighten me.
Well, it's all about her and what she wants. Eat this, do that, exercise now. Making you run around like a lapdog. You deserve someone who'll give you what you want.
Which is what, exactly?
Children, of course.
It's unbelievable. You throw these accusations around without really having a clue what's going on. The reason I haven't been myself is because Jane and I have been trying for a baby for 10 months.
Oh.
The whole healthy eating thing was from the doctor, but you couldn't leave it alone. You just kept pushing her and pushing her. I'm just relieved she hasn't turned to anything worse. She better be all right. She's
Pregnant? Oh, but that's wonderful. Is that why you were at the doctor's?
I didn't know till we got there. It's still very, very early days, but yes. When? Okay, I'll be right over. That was the doctor. Jane's with her.
Is she all right?
It doesn't sound like it. Dr. Bell said she's very upset.
Oh, John, I'm so sorry. I only want what's best for you.
Well, I don't understand why you can't see I already have it.
If you call this number again, it had better be to see a doctor. Or I will make it my personal mission to have your company discredited. And for the record, I do not want a mobile phone with 75 ringtones.
Oh, I don't suppose we'll be on their database much longer.
He deserved it. How can anybody get on with any work when one is constantly interrupted by such trivialities?
Vivian?
Oh, I had my final lesson today before my test tomorrow. An unmitigated disaster. It was so bad that my instructor finished the lesson an hour early.
She probably thought you were getting too nervous. Sometimes it helps to focus on other things.
Well, it's not working. I'm thinking about getting into that car tomorrow and it fills me with utter dread.
Well, perhaps you should rearrange the time.
I can't. My friend and I have planned this whole trip around me passing. She's so looking forward to it. I couldn't bear to let her down.
Well, why don't you travel by train?
John, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not pregnant.
Oh, sweetie, it's all right, as long as you're okay.
But you were so happy when you thought that I was, and then your mum said...
Oh, since when have you listened to her?
Since she told me that being a dad was the most important thing in the world to you. And I'm stopping you from having that.
Says who?
It's all my fault, and I don't know how to tell you. I am so ashamed.
Has this got anything to do with the secret junk food that Mum showed me?
I bet she did. She's never going to let me live this down. So, you think that binge eating is affecting your chances of getting pregnant? It started a couple of months ago, but I've been out of control for the last few weeks. Waking every night, craving junk food like an addict.
I've never heard you.
I've tried to stop, but I can't. And I hate myself because I know it's poisoning my body.
Well, there's a condition called night eating syndrome. It's thought to be caused by hormonal imbalances that create an intense desire for high carbohydrate foods.
So it is stopping me from getting pregnant?
It's unlikely. But overeating is also thought to be caused by stress, and high levels of stress have been linked to infertility.
Okay, less stress, I can do that. I can cut down on my work hours, take up yoga.
Yeah, I think you might have to do a little bit more than that, Jane. There does seem to be an awful lot of stress in your life at the moment.
I can't pretend living out of a suitcase has been easy, but we're going to move to our own place soon enough.
Yeah, and what about your mother-in-law? I mean, you do mention her a lot.
Her. We don't get on. But she's my mother-in-law. It's meant to be that way.
How long have you been staying there?
About 2 weeks.
No, they are constantly sniping at each other. Our home life is World War III.
Well, if she'd stop judging me, I don't need her to tell me what a failure I am. I already know.
Drop the victim out, Jane. No, you're as bad as Mum. You're both obsessed with having your own way. You drive each other mad. And I'm stuck in the middle. I'm sorry, Doctor. We come to see you about having a baby, and now we're arguing about our domestic problems.
No, well, the two things might not be unconnected. It sounds to me as if you'll need to sit down and talk it through.
Well, something's got to give, because I can't live like this anymore.
That's it. Ever and over covered, and you did them all perfectly.
It has been rather a smooth journey. I can't tell you how much this has helped. I'm really looking forward to my test now.
Well, then my job is done. Shall we head back?
Thank you. It's really helped to restore my confidence and to remind me that I am a good driver.
Thank goodness you're back. I've been so worried. You might have called. I've been stuck here
That's
all
it. I can't listen to another word about what you want. The doctor has said you two have got to work things out, so get on with it. I'm off.
What's his problem?
He's tired of being the no man's land in our war zone.
Oh.
And it turns out that you were right. All that is because apparently I am way too stressed.
It's hardly surprising. John told me you're trying for a baby. But maybe... Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I had problems in that department too. It took me 6 years to conceive Peter, and I had 2 miscarriages between him and John.
I had no idea. John never told me.
He doesn't know. Things were different in those days. People didn't discuss these things. We just got on with it.
Huh? And there I was thinking you had all the kids you wanted when you wanted.
I put all my energy into being the perfect housewife, so as not to feel a failure. I thought that by having the perfect home, people would think that we were perfect too.
That's exactly what I've been doing. Only I'm trying to do with everything, with work, with life, with home. I'm exhausted.
I suppose that's the problem with being a modern woman. You've got so much more on your plate to deal with.
And be the best at. I guess John was right after all. We are similar. Truce.
I suggest any future grievances are aired and settled over a cup of tea.
Sounds good to me. Shall we call John now, or shall we let him stew a little longer?
Let him stew. A man's got no right to talk to his mother or his wife like that, even if he has got a point.
Hey!
Kirsty.
Studying methane levels in the Arctic just wasn't as enticing as seeing you.
I'm flattered. Listen, I was thinking about our chat.
Trelawney Wells again. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were trying to pick a fight with me.
No, of course not. It just made me think, you know. If a patient, hypothetically, of course, came in with side effects and was dropped from a trial, then what would I do?
Okay, in this hypothetical situation, what kind of side effects are we talking about?
I don't know. Headaches, nausea, forgetfulness.
Archie, do you have a drugs trial patient with these symptoms?
No, I told you he's not real. She, it, whatever. No, they're fine. That's not the issue. hiding data from the trials is. They're cheating the system.
I've been trying to tell you this all along.
Yeah, well, we have to do something about it, all right? They can't be allowed to get away with it.
And we will, but that's not important right now. What is your drugs trial patient? Sorry, but you're not the best liar.
I can't talk about it.
No, Archie, you're not listening to me. He could be in real danger. Look, there's someone I want you to meet, and then you'll understand. Let's get out of here and I'll explain all.
Surprise.
What are your plans tonight?
I cancelled them. After you're running with Daniel, I thought you might need the company.
Thank you.
Look, Daniel Granger is an immature idiot. If you guys did have a baby together, you'd be dealing with 2 kids instead of 1. Cliche or not, you're better off without him.
I know.
And I know I might not be the perfect substitute for a dad, but if you are pregnant, I'll be with you every step of the way.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Probably die of boredom. So, why don't we go to my house, grab a Johnny Depp DVD, a pizza, and have a girly night in? We can stay over if you want, and if you feel up to it, you can do the test in the morning.
Sounds perfect.
Oh, come here. Stay where you are. I'm making you breakfast in bed. What?
Ow, George!
Now, you see the car opposite. I want you to read the number plate aloud for me, please.
B-U-M. If you don't let me go, I will scream!
Look, I'm not gonna hurt you.
From now on, we are in this together.
A daughter with a drug habit doesn't look good for a senator's image, but what lengths will he go to change it? Diagnosis Murder, next on BBC1 Scotland.